Yo, we live right now, Hope everybody's chilling. I haven't even looked at the markets. We had CPI this morning. We had the trade for USD CAD. Let's see. USD CAD went crazy. I had this buy limit right here. What I really liked about this trade is that we were like, if you look back here, let me remove these. I was looking at the 5-minute chart overall. If you look at the 4-hour, we weren't pushing up. It's like we were just consolidating. So this was a risky trade because we were consolidating. I loved this right here. This is a bearish, this is a bearish imbalance. And we did disrespect that. Once you have a disrespect of an imbalance like this, especially this big of one, you can definitely expect for price to continue in the other direction, because this is showing that price no longer has strength to the downside. And then you can see here that we created this imbalance to the upside that pushed price higher. When we came back in, retested, came up, and after coming up, we cleared liquidity here. You can see there's like some double top right here. There's some liquidity up here that we swept. There's like a swing high right here. So we got to come clear this swing high right here. And then you can see right here, we cleared that swing high. That's external. This is where sellers are getting in. One thing I was worried about is that you do have this like double bottom here. So I was worried about that. Then I went down and scaled down to the 5-minute. And this is our hour inversion here. We can say H1 value gap. So I had seen that structure was to the upside on the 5-minute. You can see we had this run down, created a low, pushed up, created a high, pushed down, created another low. That confirms once you create another low, this is your market structure. This will be your swing low for the sales. So once we break this one, you don't have to necessarily come up and break this one, because this high came and broke this low, continuing the downtrend. Once you break above that high, this is a switch in trend now. So now you're going up. Market structure is really clean. We release this. So market structure is really clean. I see that we created, you have this range from here to here. Once we break this structure here, this was the high that was put in. This is the low that created this high. You can draw the fib on here. So this could have been a first entry for buys right in the 70.79 area. You do see down here, I'm going to delete this and this. You do see down here that we have this order block right before this big buying up. So I would have marked that up. And then to enter, I mean, usually I'll wait for an entry signal. Like this would have been a clean trade, especially because if you zoom in on this, check out how this swept this low before running up. So that swept liquidity here. That low right there, it swept. It pushed up and then it came down, swept that low. Then we had all this buying up. We came back. That's where the banks are at, because you can see that's where the volume came in. Before we come into this area, you can see we have this low here. This one triggered buyers to initially get in. So once buyers are initially in, I mean, you can see we have this imbalance and everything. A lot of buyers getting in. We come down, we sweep the buyers out, and then we have the initial run start here. Once you break through this imbalance here, so you have an area of interest, you sweat buy side liquidity, which I love, before taking an entry. You swept it, came into our area of interest. By the way, this was playing off the imbalance over here. So a lot of people were probably buying off this area for this first entry, and they're hoping, holding, 50% of that, blah, 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 take them out. And then you can see from here, we break this 5-minute imbalance right here after pushing off this 5-minute order block. You can take buys here. If you also look at the time, you're in London session. So London session, or sorry, New York session, my bad, guys. So New York session, I mean, you start over here. Let's see if I even have, I don't even have it. But you start somewhere over here for London session. You push down, and once you get this break, this is your entry signal here. You can target, 1 to 3. Stop loss below here. So, and you can target these highs. I mean, we knew we had to come take out these at least. There's a lot of liquidity here. So, I mean, even there, you're a 1 to 2.5. After this, so you could have took a trade there. This is what I was doing because I like London session more. And I still didn't get this move out of London. So we have this push up. Now we've created a new range. And remember over here how it swept this low. It's literally a pattern. So then you have this low, it swept that low. Was waiting for a bullish out of this area. What I really liked is you have this range, this low here that was put in. Let's delete all this shit. This low that was put in, and then we come up and create this high. You could have set this high right here, or even this high, whatever you want to say. Okay, we'll stick with that. So you got the low, you push up and break this structure here, creating a new range. So this is our range. Whatever price does in between here does not matter. So then you have all this that comes down. Price was just consolidating, creating buyers and sellers, right? And then we had a big push down, consolidating. This was CPI here around this time. You can see we've had a first initial run into here, and the area of interest is what's called a balanced price range, BPR, and it's when you have a inversion imbalance coupled with a fresh imbalance, one going towards your direction. So for this instance, we have this bullish imbalance right here and this bearish imbalance right here that line up. So this is a balanced price range. Price really likes to react out of these areas. So I like to mark up the imbalance that got broken. Usually we'll come back and retest that. So you can see we initially retested into here and started to buy up. First take profit is these highs right here. So that alone, you could have taken one buy here. You'd have got in at the zone here. It's only 10 pips. But I mean, this is USD CAD there. Okay. And then here, I mean, you can see we got really close to breaking this low. And this is all because of news. This is CPI right here. If I would have been awake, probably would have got in this trade and exited right before CPI. I don't like to trade CPI. News just ain't it. Cool. And then, yeah, so you can see, I mean, this is still your area of interest. It really wanted to come down and test this 5-minute order block like it did over here. We just had a deeper tracement. I didn't think price was going to make it all the way down there, but we initially did. Price ran down in here. You can see that we swept. Like you have this push up initially, like targeting in buyers, having buyers come in. We come down, we sweep that with this move, and you start to push up. How you can change or know that momentum has changed is you mark up these imbalances here. This is an imbalance going to the downside, right, for selling pressure. So we can assume that if this gets broken, that momentum is going to start changing. So as you can see, it got broken. We came back down to come retest inside, this inverted gap that was created, and then price continued up from there. So yeah, beautiful trade. And now the same sort of things kind of happening. We see the same thing. Look at it's 1 hour, minute 15. Look at this, guys. So they do the same thing I'm showing you guys. So we broke above this range. Now we have a new range. This is the high. This right here is the low. Put in this high. This is the range. Anything that matter or anything that happens in between here really does not matter. I do think since we got this push up to clear this high, I mean, we can definitely start selling down because we do need to take out all this imbalance. So in the short term, we can try to look for some sells down here. This is on the minute 15. But I do overall want to see buys. And if you look, I mean, this is a balanced price range right here. You can see how we have this selling imbalance from here to here. From this candle, you have this push down, this candle, no wicks right here. And then we inverted it here with this. So I definitely think this is a very beautiful area of interest that we can look to buy up from. Let's see what the fib says. Oh my goodness, look at the fib. The 70.50% and the 79% are the key levels on the fib book. Real. So buys from here. Once it gets into this area, wait for an inversion of a selling imbalance and then take your trade. Because you want to wait for it to come down in here and then show you some momentum to the upside. So we wait for that inversion, So here, if we look on the higher time frame here, on the day. Man, I just don't even want to sell this though, especially right now with how we're pushing up heavily. I do see this imbalance here that did get inverted on the 1 hour. Ooh, I like this 30-minute imbalance here. at this 5-minute order block. But to see that, I'd want us to break this low. Man, I'm just not liking sales. I'm gonna look for something else for you guys. But this could definitely drop, you know. But I'm not. I don't like. I want you guys to get risk your capital on something real good here. So let's look at what we've got going on. Let's get the main list. UJ went crazy. Hmm. Hmm. Man, everything has really made a move since CPI. Gold. Look at you here on the daily. Look at how we had one, two, three big nice candles up. We came back down, retested this third candle here. Let's see how much this retraced in this zone. Okay, we hit the 70.5 exactly. With these three big buying candles here and this high, we came back down to 70.5. Okay, now let's look at this range from here to here. And I don't know if we can get back down to that area. Like prices are moving. I do think, yeah, if we can come up in this right here is definitely an area to sell. This is a BPR on the 4-hour. This right here, that's fire. I'm waiting for it to get up there, and then we'll call out some sales for you guys in the Telegram. But for right now, hold on, guys. Let me look at this. Okay, let's see. Right now, I see we have this order block right here. Yeah, I like this order block right here. This is a breaker block. And you have this low that was created high. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for buys on gold, especially because we did break this imbalance. Look at this 4-hour imbalance here. So let me mark this up real quick. This is a 4-hour breaker block. And this is a 4-hour inversion fair value gap, inverted fair value gap. Now let's see if we can get some entries. Oh man. Oh man, look at this here. The same thing we're looking at on the daily. This breaker block here, this push down, and now it's starting to break up. You can see on the daily that we just bought up after breaking this. Like we really, look at the exact same thing on the daily. Wait, what was I looking at? Hold on. Is it on the 4-hour? There we go. Yeah, look, literally the same thing. Look what happened after we broke above. When we came back, retested it with this 4 hour, and then just zoomed up, cleared this high. So, uh, okay, that's what I'm looking for. We have this 15-minute imbalance here, coupled with that order block. I'm gonna wait for price to come back and retrace into here. And then I'm gonna look for a long position out of here. I'll target 3350 right here. So that's just a 1 to 2. Let me look here. Yeah, I mean, you want stops there. No point to be greedy on that. So yeah, let's see if we can get a push down to here, and then we'll push up. That's what I like for gold, so let's keep that on watch. 15-minute fair value gap here. Yeah, so let's see us get into there. So we got gold on outlook. You can man, this shit's about to drop. Yeah, break of structure, break of structure. Yeah, we have a switch. The only thing is, I don't want to take a sell here and have my stops up here. I want to wait for price to retrace. But if we take this off, let's see the hour here. Yeah, stops would be there. TP. I mean, can we get a 1 to 2 out of this? Is that even worth it? Let's look at the DXY. Yeah. And we're coming into this 4 hour gap here. DXY is ready to keep going, I think, for a little longer. We gotta go sweep this here. I mean, we already did once. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could actually, let me see. Shit, we might continue down from here. Look how we inverted this. We're out here. Yeah, I could see us continue dumping, especially because we need to correct all this move that happened with news. Wait for this to close. Don't hop in this yet unless that closes. I like this 5-minute gap down here too. I just don't know if we can get back down there. But if we can, we could pop an entry there. We'll wait for that to close. UJ. All right, all right, all right. Check this out. Check this out on UJ. Y'all ain't even ready. Are y'all ready? All right, check this out. Check this out. Look at this imbalance here. And he broke through. We came back. We're up in there retesting it. You have this first initial push down here. This is liquidity. You have the first push away here, showing like the initial move down. To get sellers in, we come back up. We have to retrace and take out the sellers. Now the initial move will happen. Let me take this off real quick. I love how the 30-minute, you get these equal highs right here, or like all this liquidity right here, building up, just consolidation. We get a huge run up, showing that buyers came in to take sellers out of the market, in which we get a switch here. Yeah, we get a switch in direction here on the 30-minute. You break through the gap here. I want to see us come back up, retrace just a little bit. Let's see what we can target here. I think we can at least push down to this 50% here. At least. I want us to retrace. Yeah. Okay, so let's get a sell limit going here. Oh, you know what? We just broke through there. It's gonna dump, but I want to wait for us to retrace. Yeah, let's wait for UJ. Once it retraces in here, we'll take sales. Hmm. Here. Got this 5-minute imbalance right here. And that lines up at the start of this 30-minute imbalance. I like that. Okay, so we'll take sells here. Wait for UJ to come back up to this line here. Our stop loss. Remove this. We'll make this shit red. Stop loss above this candle will risk 20 pips here. And take profit at this 50% here. Here's the P. So I got this DGP. Entry price is 148.947. I want this bigger for you guys. Got stop loss at 149.147. This is for 20 pips. And then I've got take profit at 148.375. And that's for 57 pips. One thing to be mindful of is if we reach here before getting back to this sell limit, delete your limit. I want to see, now that we broke structure here, I want to see us retrace. Yeah, maybe pull down a little bit more and then come back and retrace. But I don't want to see no bullshit where we come down, retest this, then we'll start buying back up. So I want to see us come here first and then push down. But if you guys are in the Telegram, you guys will get updates on what's going on about when we take this trade, if we enter, if we don't enter, you know. So that's for you, Jay. I'll send out those parameters in the Telegram. It's a pretty nasty retest of this here. I'm gonna buy those. Let's buy gold right now for a 1 to 2. Let me send this out in the chat real quick. Let's see. XAUUSD. Stop loss. 3338. Take profit. 33448. Say 334 right there. So you're risking like 33 pips for 68 pips. Y'all ready for this shit or what, man? Okay, so gold is active. I'm in gold. I really wish we could have put our stops below here this swing, but the way we retested, the way we came down and retested this little order block that broke. I mean, this is the buying. This is the buying up before we had this manipulation down that swept buy side liquidity. We have a lot of momentum going to the upside. I feel like we'll continue up for sure. You got this 5-minute order block. Maybe we come down and test that, but I really want to see us continue running back up. UJ has now broke structure. If we get another fair value gap here, we may continue to run. Okay, yeah, so we've got gold. UJ, stay updated on. I might have to wait on UJ. Yeah, stand by on UJ. Let me put this limit in, but I don't think we might not come up to test that limit. It might move too quick. I mean, we're moving down. So, and if you on the hour, if you look, we creating this imbalance right here. I mean, we might just come up, tap the beginning of this imbalance, and then continue back down. So just stay updated. But we in gold right now. We can hold gold, catch a light little 1 to 2. UJ. Put the limit in, but wait. I'm not gonna call that out to the signal group, but you don't get it. $15-minute. Well, you got this fair value gap we playing out of. That 1-minute order block right here. We broke that up. All right. Just hold gold. Yeah, we're about to tap into London. So be careful with this trade. We could come back down and retrace into this area. If we do retrace into this area, take more buys with your stops below here. I mean, this is the initial trade here I could see happening. Is that we do push down into this area and then continue back up. But maybe price doesn't want to retrace down there. So I want to make sure we at least book some profits here. If it wants to push up, we'll we'll definitely push up. This is your protected low here. We won't break this here. So look out for that. And yeah, this is a very, very strong area. But also is this. We're buying though. Buy, buy, buy. Anyways, okay, we'll call it there. Gold buys. And you're targeting 3350. And tomorrow we'll probably be looking for trades out of this BPR depending on how price is looking. All right, guys. We're gonna call it there. We'll get back on tomorrow. Hope you guys learned something. If you guys have questions, hit me up. Hit me up on X, Telegram, whatever. Don't miss these sessions. This is free money. Free money, guys. I'm goaded.